Riskrunner is an exotic energy submachine gun that fires arc damage, and this one is a fan favourite, a classic go-to weapon if you're looking to create decent arc builds. With the changes coming to arc this coming season, Riskrunner is about to see an uptick in usage. Well, today I'm going to check out the stats, the perks, plus have a look at how to get Riskrunner both for new and also veteran players alike. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. And roughly 98% of viewers that watch This Week in Video Games aren't subscribed, so subscribe today and never miss an update. Well, before we get stuck into the video today, let me know in the comments your top arc builds with Riskrunner. Well, Riskrunner is a classic Destiny 2 weapon released with the game back in 2017. So Riskrunner is the perfect partner for arc builds, given the perk Arc Conductor, and Guardians who take arc damage see a boost in damage output from Riskrunner, as well as unleashing a chain lightning attack. Now, it's always been strong, but because it's been in the game for a long time, the way to get it has changed a fair bit. There's so many guides out there, they are just simply out of date. Well, today I'm going to run through a couple of methods of getting Riskrunner so you can create the perfect arc build in Destiny 2. Okay, so let's have a look at how to get Riskrunner, and first of all for veteran players. So if you've been playing Destiny 2 for some time, it's pretty likely you'll already have Riskrunner. It's worth checking out your vault in case you already have it. Okay, so you don't have it, you've checked your vault. Well, let's find out how to get it. Well, there are a couple of ways to get Riskrunner. So you can get Riskrunner from the New Light quest line, or the introduction quests on the Cosmodrome, and that is a specific quest called Spark of Hope. But more on that in a minute. Riskrunner is normally the first exotic you get in the game if you started playing around the time of Beyond Light. That was released in November 2020. So if you missed it for some reason, you can run through that New Light quest or another character on your account and then swap Riskrunner to your main account. Alternatively, you can get Riskrunner from Zur. He is around from Friday until reset on Tuesday, and I do a Zur video each Friday, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel to never miss a Zur update. Well, today, at the time of making this guide, Zur is on Nessus, so find him and you can pick up his exotic engram, and it will give you an exotic weapon you haven't got yet. So if you're missing Riskrunner, buying that exotic engram from Zur is a really good way to get it. Now be aware though, that exotic engram is expensive in regards to materials. We can also farm Nightfalls, higher level are better, so Legend Master or Grandmaster, to get exotic engrams to drop for you. So on the completion of a Nightfall, you should get an exotic or two. It might be a weapon, it might be an armor piece. You do have to leave it down to RNG, I'm afraid, but keep doing Nightfalls and you will get Riskrunner to drop for you. Well, next up, let's have a look at how to get Riskrunner for new players. So if you're new to the game, then you are in luck, given Riskrunner is nice and easy to get through a quest early in the game called a Spark of Hope. So when you first start Destiny 2, you're going to create a Guardian. You'll be placed on the Cosmodrome, and you're going to have to do some quests with Shorhan, our resident Guardian down there on Earth. This is the introduction quest to Destiny 2, introduced a few years ago, and aims to bring new players up to speed with weapons, movement, abilities, and also gathering loot. You'll do bounties, lost sectors and strikes, plus you'll be introduced to all the vendors in the tower. Well, next up, let's have a look at how to complete the quest A Spark of Hope. So what you want to do is work your way through the introduction quest with Shorhan, Zavala and co, and during the mission Vendetta, you are going to pick up a superconductor, and Ghost says the Vanguard want to turn this into a weapon. We'll make your way through the quest until you beat the Disgrace Strike, then you have to speak to Zavala, and he's going to direct you towards Ikora Ray in the Tower Bazaar, and she'll give you a quest called A Spark of Hope. So once you picked up that quest from Ikora Ray, the EDZ will open up as a new location that you can visit. So open up your menu, find your way on the director and select the EDZ, and you are looking for a landing point called Trossland. So Ikora wants you to chat with Devrim K, and he is our resident Guardian down there on the EDZ. So land near Trossland, head into the church, up the tower, and Devrim will be looking out the window with his rifle. Well, Devrim has a task for you. He wants you to clear out 3 lost sectors. That's Atrium, Terminus East, and Widow's Walk. Lucky for you, they're all really close to Devrim's location. And lost sectors have an icon that mark that location. And the lost sectors are normally hidden, but can be found near the icons, which have been spray painted on the wall, on the floor, or something like that. So check the area close, look for the holes in the ground or on the wall, and you're going to find the lost sector. Also check your map and you'll see the small lost sector icon with the name of the lost sector appearing when you hover over them on the map. Okay, so run through all those lost sectors, complete the lost sectors, making sure to kill the boss and loot the chest in each lost sector. And then go back to speak to Devrim K once again. So now Devrim has another task for you called Risk Reward, and this is another quest with a few steps. So what you want to do is defeat Dusk Captains, find the locked gate, traverse the chasm, then take the arc conductors from the table, and then enter the Fallen Nest. So what you want to do for this quest is head back over to the Cosmodrome and then complete the rest of the steps. So once you've completed these steps, you'll have the opportunity to test out the exotic weapon against a load of fallen enemies. And if you're a new player, this is likely the first time you'll have tried an exotic weapon, so enjoy it. And once you finish this part of the quest, head back to the tower, speak to Zavala. Well, that is it. You now have the Exotic Submachine Gun Riskrunner, so go out there in the wild and give it a go. So while this was a guide for new players, you can also get Riskrunner this way if you start a new account or a new character. You know, if you delete an old Guardian on your account, or you can start one from fresh. Running through that introduction quest takes only a few hours, but it's an option if you don't have the materials to spend on Zur and you really want to get Riskrunner in a hurry. Also, especially if you don't have the patience with RNG regarding the random loot from exotic engrams, this is a really good way to get Riskrunner. Okay, so next up today, let's have a look at Riskrunner itself. So it's an Exotic Energy Submachine Gun. Looking at the stats, you've got 20 for impact, 50 for range, 55 for stability, 46 for handling, 35 for reload speed. It's a 900 rounds per minute submachine gun with 37 in the magazine. Looking at the perks, we've got Arc Conductor, so when taking arc damage, the weapon becomes more powerful and resists incoming arc damage, and kills extend the time with this overcharged state. We also have Superconductor, so when Arc Conductor is active, shots fired have the chance to become Chain Lightning, and also return ammo too. Well, next up, let's have a look at the Riskrunner Catalyst. So you'll get the Catalyst when you get the weapon. You simply need to inspect the weapon and apply the Catalyst. You will still, though, have to power up that Catalyst, meaning you'll need 300 regular kills and 300 kills with the Riskrunner's Chain Lightning attack. So to do this, find somewhere with lots of enemies like the Altars of Sorrow on the moon or the Shurochi location in the Last Wish raid. Try and find somewhere solo so you get all the kills. Well, Riskrunner's Catalyst increases the range stat by 27, and that is really good for a submachine gun. Well, let me know in the comments what you think of Riskrunner, and let me know your top art builds with it. Well, that is it for this guide for how to get Riskrunner in Destiny 2, and as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. Or you can check me out on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again. I'll see you soon.